Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Celeste 80% League Week 4, or Week 5, actually, I think. Brought to you by Global Speedrun Association. My name is Zojalix, and I am here joined by my partner in crime, Dave Stereo, and we are going to be presenting you guys an awesome race between Noble Esports' very own TGH SR and flarebear SR. How you feeling today, Dave?
Yo, feeling pretty good, man. How about yourself?
I'm feeling great, man. Just, just got out of a nice barbecue and I'm ready for some Celeste action. Taking a look at the standings, we've got TGH currently in second place, flarebear in 12th, so definitely seeing an underdog performance here. But flarebear just 4 hours ago was able to get his very first sub 30, so I'm hoping that he can ride this momentum straight through for this race.
Yeah, huge congrats to flarebear with that. Not only did they get their first sub 30, but he got a 29 4x. Cut it by over 10 seconds. So, yeah, again, GG's to Flare, but looking like we are off with the race now. Gonna be getting a quick sync once flarebear's video catches up. But, yeah, we're in for some hot action, man.
Yeah, definitely. It is going to be really awesome to see. I got to say, one of the best things about Celeste when it comes to the speedrun scene is just the amount of improvement that comes by. And for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the Celeste speedrun, there's actually, I think there's very little to no RNG. And if there is any, it's like absolutely a minuscule amount that you don't even realize that it's there. And so, like, everything that you see from players getting better times is not just necessarily them getting better luck, but just all of them just improving. And especially when you see a huge milestone like sub 30, it is so cool to see just the improvement of players throughout their time that they're speedrunning.
Yeah, that's really what makes Celeste such a rewarding speed game, is you feel your improvement because your time only goes down further if you improve, You brought up the fact that there's no RNG in this run. I do believe there's actually no RNG. The only thing that I could think of is like when the bumpers sometimes hover in place, but I believe that's probably consistent. So yeah, it's not RNG. But anyways, we are off into chapter 1 now. We got our dash and we're zooming.
So TGH opting for the lower route. Not too surprised, just that route being. Well, the upper route was only just recently started being a thing, like within the last couple of months or so. And so to be seeing runners go for it, so it's definitely a lot more familiar for runners to be taking the lower route. Some odd technical issues with the video, but we'll be getting that sorted out for you guys here shortly. But either way, we can just keep on taking a look at TGH's play through this Forsaken City. He's doing a really, really good job here.
Yeah, no hiccups yet from Tej.
Yeah, and if there are anything, it's very... Oh, man, Dave, you have a knack for... Oh,
hey,
no!
But you see that?
Wow.
You see that, though?
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got it.
He get his dash back, but oh, no, and he falls. Dave, you were talking about no hiccups, and look at what you have just done. But still, really, really awesome improv from TGH there, as he loses his dash in the spike jump room and then is able to make 2 spike jumps to be able to make his way to continue on. And again, the only real hiccup from his chapter 1, not even necessarily not getting his dash back there, but just that one missed angle up onto the last dash of the second to last screen. So a very, very good chapter 1 from TGH, as he will be moving now into Old Site.
Yeah, took a minor time loss at the end of that chapter 1, but yeah, really awesome improv from Tej, being able to adjust for that double spike jump.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, nice clean chapter 2 so far from Tej.
Yes, very clean. And one thing I really like to highlight too, when it comes to, especially just like looking at that improv, when you look at spike jumps, if you're not familiar to how spike jumps work, so all of the spikes in Celeste work on an accurate spike basis, which is where you won't die to them unless you have momentum going down. And if you're in a specific spot, you can actually use the spikes to your advantage and jump off of them, as you saw Tej do twice. And that second spike jump is like, I've never seen that done before. It's
really?
not common at all. It's not too terribly common.
You do have to do it if you want to get the golden berry for dashless.
That's true.
With what you were saying with the downwards momentum, that can be done with the downdraft section of the 3,000 meter. This one, it's literally just wall jumps on the available wall. You're not like abusing the spike hitbox for this one, but that is a thing in downdraft, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But all right, looking like we got player screen back. Just gonna be resyncing that.
Quick sync here as TGH will be wrapping up his chapter 2 here, playing with a 143. Whew. Very, very good from him.
Whew, that's hot.
I'm pretty sure he had a 142 in his PB, so.
All right.
Like, that's a very, very clean.
Very nice race time. But all right, Flare's screen should be resuming shortly, like right now. All right.
Nice.
And Flare finishing up chapter 2 with a 334, or yeah, 154 on the IL timer.
Yeah, very well done. Oh, Tej kind of slipping up a little bit, missing the plank, but is able to do a couple of easy neutral wall jumps just to be able to make his way back up through the rooms. Chapter 3, again, you know, we've got the very famous demo dash trick that will be coming up near the end of the chapter, and a lot of really awesome movement tech. And when watching Celeste speedruns, I think chapter 3 is just one of them where you really see just the muscle memory and just even like just the amount of skill that the Celeste game takes, being able to just move through and make the dust bunnies seem obsolete.
Oh, absolutely. And even casually, chapter 3 seems to be sort of like a difficulty spike chapter. And that definitely translates over to the speed run, where the strats get more and more insane as you move on through the game.
Yes, definitely.
Love chapter 3. Oh, flarebear unfortunately taking a death in this winged berry room, but recovers very nicely as Tej is about to begin the huge mess section.
Oh, kind of overshot himself there with the reverse hyper, but still, you know, only minor time losses you really see in that movement section there at the first start at the huge mess room, just specifically because you don't have a chance of dying, but it's very easy to get yourself tripped up.
Yeah,
on
sometimes
those different blocks.
Sometimes when you have such a short area to try to do a reverse ultra dash, sometimes you don't get the downward angle momentum, like you hit the ground on the way down. Thus, it sort of forces your momentum directly to the side instead of getting any downward momentum associated with it. So yeah, that's how Tej kind of got that overshoot there. But having pretty good button rooms so far, finishing up rooms 2 of 3, or button 2 of 3, moving on to the towel section as Flare is about to finish up the boxes section.
Tej not able. So Tej is kind of known, he has a demo dash that he does there specifically that I think he's one of the few runners who, I think he's the only runner who does this in the league. Tej also being the all chapters world record holder, and that is seen fairly common in that speedrun. And Tej has also just migrated it over to any percent as you saw him go for there. But he wasn't able to get it this time, though, not due to the commentary curse of Dave Stereo.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I didn't curse it this time, though.
You didn't curse it.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
So now we've got TGH coming in to... he will be coming into his own first demo dash attempt here, as flarebear makes his way through the towel section. TGH opting to take the checkpoint, that way in case he misses it, he only loses 2 seconds versus 7.
A really good mindset for races, but gets that demo dash first try.
Oh, flarebear taking a death in his room in the towels. I'm not really sure what he did there. I think he just mistimed a dash or missed one of the cycles and ended up making himself fall.
Yeah, it's a really tight room where even if you slip up in the slightest, you're not going to hit your cycle. But Flare had a nice recovery there as Tej is moving on through the Oshiro section. Flare's going to be coming up on the demo dash shortly. All right, everything looking good so far from both players.
Yeah, very excellent, clean play right now. We've got Flare up onto demo dash. He's going to be opting for the checkpoint. Again, very smart play from him, taking a little bit of extra time. And, oh, not able to get it on his first attempt, but here he goes for the second try. Oh, and he's still just a little bit too high. He's got to go down a bit. And there he's got it on the third try. Let's go, Flare.
Hey, yo. Tej finishing out with a 740 on the file time, exiting chapter 3. I believe that was a 415, I think.
Oh, wow.
On the yeah, it was insane, yeah.
So we're looking at a pretty commanding lead from TGH going into Golden Ridge. Definitely a third try demo dash from flarebear is going to hurt a little bit as he loses about 6 seconds over Tej on that.
Yeah, Tej currently hitting all the strats that he's going for in chapter 4. You know, hitting all the corner boosts.
Oh no,
like
Flare! He overshoots a little bit on the spike and he ends up dying to that right dust bunny. And that's one of the longer screens, so that is going to be a little bit, that's going to be quite a bit more punishing. And oh no! Flare not able to get onto the wall as now he's got to play this with a death cycle, which can definitely be throwing you off.
Alright, what's Flare going to do in the end here? Okay. Alright, gonna...
Okay, kind of tripping up a little bit, opting for the up vertical dash. Definitely very, very smart play from him as Tej now will be completing the new berry strat in Golden Ridge, but messes up a little bit and just sort of flings himself into the spike saying, you know what, I messed up, here's my punishment.
Yeah, other than that, Tej took one death earlier in the triple cloud room, but it was a pretty short death where he didn't get his dash back. But yeah, showing up that blockless strat where you get a wall jump through falling. Like I don't even, well, I've had those ceiling corner jumps happen to me. I don't know how to get them consistently, like the way Tej does.
They're a really, really tough mechanic to get down. Tej now going for the auto-scroller skip, and he's able to get that very cleanly. My brain, like, just blocked on what that skip was called. I was just like,
when in doubt, auto-scroller skip.
I was like, that is pretty much what it was. I'm like, I know that that's an auto-scroller skip, so that's what I'm gonna call it.
Alright, Flare getting a nice first try spike jump there. I think Flare's having a decent chapter 4 so far.
Yeah, Flare, definitely. TGH making his way through the rest of Golden Ridge. Only a little bit left for him as he's looking to wrap this up with only a couple of screens left. flarebear trying to do what he can to get up on his heels, but he's got over a minute of a deficit that he's going to have to try and make up against TGH.
Definitely going to be hoping for Tej to miss Bob's drop or something.
Yeah, 2:39 Golden Ridge time for TGH. Very impressive from him. And Flare, not really sure what happened there. If he just missed. Oh, he was going for the wall jump there.
Yeah, when you do that straight left out of the bubble, it gives you a pretty good lineup to get that wall jump there, so that you can connect it with a vertical wall bounce. And yeah, pretty unfortunate there, but you know, Flare always good with the recoveries. As T just moving on through chapter 5, nice double wave dashes to get through that skip there.
All right, flarebear now entering into his cliff face section as Tej coming up on the... Oh, he's not going to go for the cutscene skip to get the warp over onto the button.
Yeah, may have missed the entry into the room and just said, I'm just going to do it normal. Gets the yeet, though.
Yeah, very well done from him.
Nice depths corner boost. Player is moving on through the cliff face section. Only got a couple screens left of the chapter.
And he's moving in to the cassette room. It's now Flarebear looking to finish up his Golden Ridge. He gets a 2:52 on the IL timer. Very well done from him. Solid time from him there. Not sure how that compares to his PB, but then but now we've got TGH entering his 5B, coming up onto Bub's Drop here in just a little bit.
This player is just starting out chapter 5. All right, TG in the central chamber. Gonna be approaching the checkpoint here.
And he's got it first try.
It's good. It's always a huge relief when you get Bub's Drop over and done with, but chapter 5 or 5B in particular is pretty difficult, so it's definitely not over. It's like, you can take a breath after that, but you got to finish out the chapter still.
Yeah, definitely. There's still a lot of chapter left to be played. Flarebear not going for the depth corner boost, just taking it off the safe play. There can be respectable there, as he's going to be entering, looking to pick up his cassette now too, as TGH is now entering the mirror.
Okay, good fast falls so far. And he's clear. Player going to be hitting a quick cycle in the tape room. Very nice.
TGH now going to show those Seekers who is boss. This may be their temple, but TGH is here to prove that this is in fact his mountain, no matter what these Seekers have to say about it.
Alright, Flare. 5B. Let's see if Flare can clutch out first try Bub's Drop. Ooh, taking a detour with a bubble.
Oh, TGH taking a death himself as well.
Lots of death happening in 5B. But alright, Flare in the central chamber.
Man, there's so much going on right now. We've got TGH in the gauntlet as well. But I think right now, highlighting Flarebear, and he's got it first try. Let's go.
That is exactly what he needed.
Yes, definitely that is going to help. It may not necessarily save time as TGH got it against him first try, but he will not be losing about a solid 10 to 15 seconds off of Bub's Drop.
TGH hitting a nice cycle in the final room.
Wow, a
Finishes with
2:27.
These times, man. All right, waste no time heading into chapter 6. Tej is going. This Flare is about to be approaching the mirror section.
Alright, Flare going in through the fall of, or the descent.
Tej is going to be coming up on leg skip. Let's see how it goes.
Nice
and it's
from
good.
Flare, and TGH getting leg skip as well.
I love the cycle that Flare's going for. Tej did it as well. Like that strat is so cool. Skip's having to use the Seeker to break a couple of those blocks. Oh, Flare dancing with the Seekers though, and unfortunately takes death.
Yeah, those Seekers can definitely be a little bit
okay.
The Seekers can be a little bit of a pain, but
Oh, they're a huge pain. they're an enormous pain. But yes, okay. Definitely. All right, Player approaching the final couple Theo rooms. I'm gonna finish out this 5B strong. I'm gonna be making it through the impossible room into the final room.
All right, and he is now out of there. Very well done from him. Definitely, both of these runners have been showing a lot of really, really good improvement. As Flarebear is now entering Reflection. Not sure on what the time differential is between the two runners, but still got a really good lead here for TGH.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably around a minute 10 or so. Maybe a minute and a half. Maybe honestly, maybe more. Or wait, no, it's about 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes.
2 minutes at this point.
Yeah, yeah, it's about 2.5 minutes. So,
right.
But TGH approaching the dev intended skips. Oh, takes the checkpoint round. Very nice. I like it.
Very respectable.
Yeah, it's fast. Honestly, it's about the same time, and you get the checkpoint. So
yeah, that's definitely one of those things I like to highlight when it comes to TGH with the strats that he does in races versus the strats that he does in PB attempts. Because he's definitely he plays a lot safer and just goes for the things that he knows that he can do without having him lose so much time. And so I really enjoy highlighting just the way that TGH just plays consistently, plays safe, and doesn't go for any of the unnecessary risks. And looking in chat, I'm seeing that checkpoint is actually faster to take for the dev intended skips. Thank you guys for that clarification. We've got Flarebear continuing to move through his reflection. TGH has begun his battle and fight. He's showing Battleline who's boss. Flarebear not too far off before he is going to be hitting the cutscene skip himself. Only a couple of more screens left before he starts the dev intended skips, as TGH is just absolutely flying. Very nice feather skip from him there. Oh, and Flarebear, he not quite sure what happened, but I think he just missed a downward dash and ended up going into the spikes there, which is going to cause a death and a couple more seconds that he's going to be losing.
Flare opting to take the bottom route there in the ravine as well. TGH having a...
TGH is playing a very, very well done battle and fight, as he's looking to finish up round one here in just a little bit. As now Flare is starting to begin the descent to the battle and fight. He's got the dev intended skips coming up. Able to snag the first one. Second one is good, and the third one he will be able to do very well done. Nice job from him.
Flare going to be approaching the Madeline boost. See if Flare can make Madeline fly. And it is good. All right.
Nice.
As she's just going to be moved. She's just going to be moving on to the final screen in the battle and fight, as Flare is just starting. It's about a battle and fight length and difference. Oh, Tej. Okay. Nice recovery. There we go.
Barely able to drop down and grab the wall. He was just pixels off from dying, but holy cow, very, very good improv from Tej there, as he doesn't take the death, saving himself so much time, because that death there can be so detrimental.
Absolutely, some of these screens that finish out the chapter, they're the longest screens in the chapter, and if you take a death at the end of a very long screen, that is definitely going to be the most costly death that you could have.
Yeah, definitely. So again, very impressive from TGH there. Ooh, Flare kind of tripping up a little bit, not able to get his dash back as he's going for the feather skip, but he is able to snag it.
Tej moving on through the summit, the 0 meter section currently. See, everything looks good so far on both players' screens.
Yeah, definitely. TGH looking to wrap up 0 meters as he heads up into 500 of the summit. There's only a little bit of time left of this race. Definitely TGH having a very commanding lead pretty much throughout the entire race. Just, you know, the consistency of the runner coming out in the race here definitely but even still, flarebear is having a really good run for him. He's definitely been showing a lot of really solid improvements. And okay. Flarebear kind of almost like he looking like Madeline tripped. I know she didn't actually trip, but it almost looked like she tripped off the block there as Flare was able to make the adjustment that he needed to just move his way through and finish off.
May have gotten the momentum eaten there with the corner. All right, Tej into the 1,000 meter.
Flarebear looking to wrap up his battle and fight. TGH in 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters is probably my favorite section of the summit, just specifically. Oh no! TGH misses the dash into the dream block and ends up falling. Or ends up just falling into the spikes to just make his reset.
Yeah, that's always one of the worst things that can happen because you are left with absolutely no other option than to retry, so.
Yeah, definitely. And that can be really, really painful to have to just... I know there have been a couple of times when I'm doing practice and that happens, and I just kind of sit there hanging onto the wall like,
yeah, what do I do?
Really sad.
And Flare finished up Chapter 6 with a 6:05 on the individual level timer.
That's a really good reflection time for him.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Flare going to be moving on through Summit now. Tej just going to be moving on to the Chapter 3 revisit.
1500, again, highlighting the difficulty of 1500, just because you have not nearly as many spaces where you can land and analyze the cycles of these dust bunnies, and they can, again, they're a huge pain. But again, TGH just showing his consistency, showing his muscle memory as he just continues to move through the chapter. Flare entering 500 meters himself. You know, definitely wanting to highlight Flarebear here for a second. When you compare this run that he's having right now to the rest of his runs in the league, he's been averaging like 33s, and like I know he had one race where he even had a 36, and so he messes up the dash there, or messed up, fell off the zipper and ended up taking a death. But anyways, Flare is looking like he's going to be at about a 30 or maybe even a 31xx pace. One of his best race times that he's shown all season.
Yeah, definitely been putting the practice in, putting in the hours, and the improvement's happening.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool to see that. TGH in finishing up the only auto scroller in the game, because everyone else we skip. And so now he's going to be having auto scroller skip coming up here in just a little bit.
Actually, yeah,
no, you already did it.
Yeah, it's already gone. I'm trying to think now if there's any other sort of like auto scrolly things that we ride. But I mean, the battle and boost is kind of, but we also skip a lot of that.
Yeah, when you ride the Kevin block, so like the only real auto scrollers in the game.
Yeah.
That we don't skip.
But alrighty, Flare's going to be finishing up the 1,000 meter section as Tej is moving on through the 2,500 meter. Got the key skip coming up here. If he can get the double wall bounce. Bam. Oh, misses the second one, but nice recovery on that.
Okay, and a good backup there from TGH. Only a little bit left in his race. Oh, Flare dashing right into the dust bunny. Oh, and he dashes into it again. He's going to have to definitely be taking the death cycles here. That can really mess with some runners. Having to go and play with the death cycle. TGH unable to thread the needle. He takes a death himself. but he is going to be cleanly skipping some doors as he's wrapping up 2,500 meters here, and only a little bit of time left for him.
It's actually the first time that I've ever seen anybody wall bounce at the end of the door skip section.
Yeah,
really
I haven't seen that before either, and it looks like it's just a little bit faster.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Depending on where your position is for door skip.
But all right, Tej in the final 30. Gonna be chipping away at the flags. This player's gonna be finishing up the 1,500 meter section. Yeah, downdraft being one of my favorite parts of the run. So many wall bounces, so much precise movement. Lots of skips.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that, because as a runner, downdraft is really frustrating.
Dude, I love running it personally. It when it goes good, it I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's very fluid when it goes good. But oh
no, that is okay. He was able to get the checkpoint on flag 20, so it's not too major of a death from TGH there.
It's just it was so clean.
That's, you just said when it goes well, and look at what happened. It didn't go so well. Commentators curse. And so now TGH.
Oh, flare! I thought he was gonna find a way to save that.
That would have been so clutch, but unfortunately he's not able to do it. He doesn't get his dash back, and has to start stumbling through the rest of it. Kind of tried to make his way to make it work, but then ended up jumping into the spikes there right at the end. That's a huge time loss.
And Tej taking an early neutral wall jump and accidentally connects with the spikes there, but gets over it this time. Flare. Okay, Flare's good.
Okay, Flare, you need to kind of calm down a little bit. We still got a lot of races left, and you can't start making us freak out this early.
Yeah, we got plenty of Celeste action happening throughout the day. Even though this race is winding down, how many more matches we got? We got like 4 or 5 more.
We've got 5 more matches coming up next, and coming up after this one. And actually, coming up next, we've got Black Pair 420 versus Fladervy. Flad, I think, right now, with his win over Marlin, is currently the only standing undefeated member in the rest of the league, as well as with possession of first place.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think the only loss Tej has had so far has been to Marlin.
Yep. So definitely been some really awesome races from a lot of runners here. We've seen PBs, we've seen undefeated shutdowns, and with that, we're going to be seeing TGH having a 28.00 for his race. What a time.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
I think if I pull up the stat sheet quick, that might be a new race, or at least season PB for him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Let me double check on that, because I don't want to be wrong. Either way, Flare is going to be entering 3,000 meters himself. Alright, pulling up the stat page here for TGH. Yeah, his best time was a 28.07, and this with a 28.00. That is going to be a new race PB, or at least season PB for him. So, very, very impressive time.
Yeah, Tej's consistency is it's incredible. I was watching his stream last night, and I believe the first run, the warm-up run, he got like a 27:55 or something like that, 27:53. And like, yeah, okay, that was a good warm-up.
Yeah,
it's only a matter of time before we see him get a 27 in a race. All right, Flare finishing up the downdraft section, going to be moving on to the updraft. Only 11 deaths from Tej, which I'm trying to remember how many resets are currently in the route.
I think for retries, there are only 2 intentionals.
Yeah, there's 2,500 meters and...
There's 2,500, and then there is Bub's drop.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say we don't do the Chapter 3 one anymore because Demo Dash, and so yeah, it's looking like 9 unintended deaths.
Nice, that is very good. Flare now. And oh no! Flare unable to hit the angle there as he dashes into the wall and loses his momentum and then falling to his death.
Makes it through Flag 9 very nicely, though. Skipping Flag 8 because we don't need that.
Only a little bit of time left in his run here.
Oh, Flare having that misdirect, trying to hit that feather.
And oh no, he clips himself off on the... Oh, and he does it again. Flare not able to hit this vertical dash into the wall bounce to be able to go up over the spikes, but now he is able to get it, hitting up Flag 3, only a little bit left in his run. He's at a 3-minute deficit right now, but he's still in a position to be able to snag some points.
And regardless, you know, like I said earlier, this is going to be Flare's best run in the season so far. But GG's to Flare on the improvement.
Yeah, definitely love seeing this improvement from Flare. I love one of my favorite things about the league is just seeing how people improve, how people continue to grow in this speed game, and just the competition being able to drive that improvement. 31:39 for Flare. Very good time from him. Excellent, excellent, excellent. GG's.
Yeah, let's see how many deaths. Let's see what the pie screen has to say. 28. All right, not bad.
28 deaths. All right, not bad at all. So that's 26 intended deaths there. Again, you know, very good race from both of these runners. Both of them able to set new season PBs for both of them. Very impressive. So that will do it for this race. But don't go anywhere, because coming up right next, we've got Black Pair 420 versus Flarebear. Do you have anything else to say, Dave?
Just the fact that I'm looking forward to all these races, man. Let's see, because Black Pair, where's Black Pair on the leaderboards right now? I mean, these are 2 top 10 players going at it, so this next race is going to be awesome, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, definitely going to be very impressive to see that. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and send it over to intermission. Don't go anywhere, because we have more Celeste action coming up in just a little bit.